Starting lineups have concluded, so just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the seven.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Sixers coach Brett Brown helped build this team from ground zero. There were some lean years in Philly, but Brown helped set the values and the culture for this team. Brown said, "Can you teach? Can you cultivate relationships? And do you bring energy? Those three qualities are what I've hoped to create throughout my tenure here." Kevin, mission accomplished.
He's done a terrific job. Thanks, David. Clark, great guards tonight for both teams. Did you ever spend any time in the backcourt at any level when you were playing?
No, I was a ball-handling forward, Kevin, and it served me well, but I was not a guard. I was a forward that could dribble and pass fairly well.
So you were ahead of your time, because that's all we see now in the NBA, right? Guards are not always bringing the ball up.
Yeah, you know, somebody just mentioned that to me, Kevin, that I was maybe a tad ahead of my time back in the late 70s.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Ferguson in at the 3, the small forward. And here is Simmons, and the pass to Richardson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Ball against Simmons. Adams' shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Embiid's shot is good.
And the defense can't match up with Embiid's size. I mean, he's just too powerful down there.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Adams outside. Ferguson kicks to Paul. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Over Simmons.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Here's Harris. Pass to Horford. For 3, Richardson. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Richardson's got 5 points so far.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Paul surveying the floor. Will it go? The Thunder with another miss.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Simmons finds Harris. Beyond the arc. Another three for Philadelphia.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Here are the top distributors from last season. These guys always seem to find the open man. Third is Chris Paul.
Very few guys pass the ball better than he did. I mean, he didn't just have eyes in the back of his head. It's almost as if he had them on both sides, too.
Embiid against Adams. The tray. And Chris Paul hits from deep. He's got 6.
Power shot.
And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
But, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Now, here's Horford following the shot by Chris Paul. Simmons passes to Harris. Now Embiid. Horford in the post, defended by Paul. And Harris wide open. He shoots another 3 for Philadelphia.
Nice touch from downtown. Tobias Harris continues to look better and better from this area.
Thunder trailing by 9. Gallinari outside. With some arc, and it's good on the layup.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And Simmons kicks to Horford. Simmons on the wing, defended by Paul. Unloads from 13. Again, Philadelphia.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Wide open look. Off the left rim and out. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 17-5 run here. Here's Simmons, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension to Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Clark, you look at Ben Simmons. Is he the best Australian-born player ever?
Well, you've got to remember now, Kevin, and you would know this from your research, Kyrie Irving was actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia.
Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Muscala, he's checked in for Gallinari. Diallo comes in for Terrence Ferguson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Thunder trailing by 10. Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Passes to Adams. And Adams Adams with the slam.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Oh, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Pass to Simmons. Adams against Embiid. Lays it up off the glass. Embiid's got 6.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Muscala hits the bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And Simmons kicks to Harris. The pass to Embiid. Outside, Simmons. Shoots over Schroeder. It's hauled in by Adams.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Harris outside. Pass to Simmons. Puts up a 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now here's Schroeder. No points in the game yet for him. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now defended by Embiid. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Schroeder, left side. It's deflected. Here's Thibault. He's guarded by Schroeder. Stolen away.
76ers foul. That's his first personal foul. 2 shots at the line.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
No good on that one. And last season with Gilgeous-Alexander, Greg, you could see what he was capable of with his length.
Well, he is just so difficult to slow up when he's running downhill at a defender. Already a plus defender in his offense coming along. He could be a scary figure at that point guard position.
Good on the second free throw. 1:22 left to play in the first quarter. Thibault, the pass to Korkmaz. Down low. 11 feet away. Again, Philadelphia.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Baisley, nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Philadelphia leading by 10. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? A physical specimen at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
The big man is so skilled and has such an infectious personality. Joel Embiid is hard not to love. I mean, he just oozes that kind of attraction. And his potential, unlimited.
And Embiid drops them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Schroeder looking around. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Passes it to Scott. Philadelphia moving the ball around. It's stolen by Muscala. Here's the break. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And he gets it to go.
Schroeder with the bucket.
Schroeder's got it back down to single digits for the Thunder. Philadelphia's gone a perfect 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. A lot of their points coming by way of the 3 in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Schroeder passes to Baisley. Now Diallo from deep three-point range. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after this. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Mike Scott out there with Joel Embiid. Then it's Ennis, and it's Korkmaz at the 2 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Gallinari comes in for Muscala, and Ferguson subbed in for Diallo. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. The mid-range jump shot, you've talked about this a lot, is still valuable if you can hit it with consistency.
Yeah, and if it's a quality shot, Kevin, I think you should shoot it. Move the defense, move the ball to get a quality shot, and I think one of the very best at knocking down the mid-range jump shot, Kevin Durant clearly. But how about Chris Middleton? Elite mid-range jump shooter, and DeMar DeRozan as well has a strong mid-range game too.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush. Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Schroeder passes to Baisley. Gallinari outside. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Philadelphia leading by 5. Outside, Scott. Pass to Thibault. Embiid inside. He's got 12. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Hall's checked in. And the 76ers also making a change. Al Horford's checked in for Joel Embiid. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Schroeder outside. The pass to Baisley. Kicks it to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go. Nails the wide open jump shot. Paul's got 8.
So good seeing Paul drain these shots. Superb at rising up and stroking it with confidence.
Here's Horford. It's good. The assist that time for Menace. And the 76ers lead by 5.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
Now here's Paul. 20 points for him last game against Orlando. Baisley passes to Schroeder. Buries the long-range jumper. 7 points in the game.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Here's Horford. 32 points for him last game against Phoenix.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
Thunder trailing by 4. Paul outside. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Again, the Thunder score. Philadelphia's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Pass to Horford. From the stripe. The Thunder pull it in. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year. Greg last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. The 76ers making a switch here. And so Simmons will bring it up for Philadelphia. Passes it to Horford. Back to Simmons from deep. It's hauled in by Adams.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Horford. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Shot from the top of the key. Again, Oklahoma City. For Philadelphia, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Harris finds Scott. Here's Simmons. Scott, the pass to Richardson. Here's Horford. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Horford's got 8 points in the quarter.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
Adams' shot is good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Well, it was the 76ers, their last game, a loss to the Suns. Here's Horford. From outside, off the mark.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul. Mike Muscala is checked in for the Thunder. Diallo comes in for Dennis Schroeder.
Mike Muscala. Amadou Diallo.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Back to Paul. Gallinari on the wing. 5 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
76ers ball.
While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition team. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Philadelphia's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. That one misses. And the Thunder going the other way now. Here's Diallo. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
Now here's Horford. He's got 11. And now Paul pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Harris, good.
Harris.
Well, that's a sweet spot for Harris, guys. I mean, all he needs is a little separation, and he's good to go.
Here's Diallo. It's hauled in by Richardson.
This shot's it's not there right now with his team leading perhaps.
Oh, that was terrific.
Good. And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Paul against Simmons. An easy 2 points on the layup. 14 points for Chris Paul.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but consider my doubts disappeared.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. Gallinari wide open. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 5th rebound in this one. Richardson attacking. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny.
You said it, Kevin. He's a highlight reel, always on the launch pad.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, tight game. What do you think your team is doing out there so far?
We played okay. You know, we didn't defend as well as we needed to. They made a run. It's a good team over there, but just got to keep the pressure on.
We'll see if the execution holds up. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He had 14 points and 1 assist. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to the rim and finishing hard.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, Ernie, I'm not even a player anymore, but I'm not happy with the soft defense they had. Full of holes, allowing over 60% shooting. Ridiculous, fellas. It's amazing that they're still in this game. I think it's going to come down to how bad they want it. I even want it. Ernie, sign me on a 10-day contract right now.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul. He's
done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Here's Simmons. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 slot. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Now last season, a bit of a renaissance for Gallinari.
And the way Gallinari stepped up last season, Kevin, was a big reason the Clippers were as strong as they were. Now on the other side of 30, he's been playing some of his best basketball here of late.
Now here's Embiid. Horford trying to free himself up. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid plays with really good effort, and he plays with an effervescence that's contagious, and it's really endearing for a guy of his size.
Here's Paul. Adams outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's blocked, and he keeps control of the ball. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. The game now all ties.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Simmons against Paul. Takes a 3. Rebound by the 76ers.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Horford. Offensive rebound. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander after the made shot from Joel Embiid. From deep, Gallinari, and Simmons with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Harris outside. To the paint, Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. There's Gallinari with the 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Gallinari. Paul's got 3 assists tonight. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 1-point game. Richardson finds Simmons. Over Paul. No good from Simmons. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander. And the shot is long.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now the pass to Gallinari. Oklahoma City moving it around. Adams with it. Now defended by Embiid. And Adams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. Ferguson misses. The 76ers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Horford. Horford's got his 5th assist in this one. Thunder trailing by 3. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Several teams changing it up here.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. How he performed last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does. Now
here's Schroeder. 11 points in the game. Fades away. It's tipped. And they double up Embiid. Harris outside. Simmons on the wing. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's the lob to Adams. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Embiid. 18 points for him. Adams, some nice D.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Not going to go that time. Now the 76ers take it the other way.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And Simmons slams it in.
What touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Ball's knocked loose. Tries from 7. And it's good for 2. And it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
It's Schroeder with the drive. And no good. Good D by Embiid. Now here's Ennis. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Inside. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me.
Yeah, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Back to Ennis. Pass to Simmons. Now here is Harris. He's guarded by Schroeder from 12 feet out. The Thunder pull it in. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Schroeder with the ball. Now defended by Embiid. Sweet move. And it's finished off inside by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 13.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Here's Korkmaz. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Harris kicks to Embiid. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 4 assists now tonight.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Diallo. He's got 6. Muscala hits the bucket.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
After the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. Last season, he played outstanding. 2nd in rebounding, 4th in scoring, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Simmons passes to Korkmaz. To the wing on the left. Back to Scott. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Simmons. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net.
You know, guys, it's no secret. This is a part of his game that's still developing, shooting. Nice to see Simmons with confidence from the mid-range.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
That'll be 3 seconds.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Your Thunder, Chris Paul.
And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder, trailing by 4. Here's Paul. It's hauled in by Thibault.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Scott is out there with Horford, and it's Thibault in at the small forward.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
The 76ers leading by 4. Pass to Horford. And the layup is good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
The Thunder shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Paul passes to Muscala. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Philadelphia's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They are 4 for 9. Simmons against Paul. No good from Simmons. Here's Oklahoma City, and here they go. Nobody near Schroeder. It's hauled in by Thibault. The 76ers shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in. Horford gets the bucket.
And how about the confidence to pull up from out there, and what skill to knock it down?
Paul passes to Gallinari. Here's Diallo. Here's Schroeder. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Simmons got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Horford high post over Muscala. Horford no luck.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
The 76ers leading by 7. Left side, Scott. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Personal foul.
That one on Gallinari.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Diallo. That's good from Scott. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Simmons against Paul. The shot, no good. Simmons with the defensive effort. Richardson kicks to Scott. Outside, Simmons. His three-pointers off the mark.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
Here's Ferguson. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Ferguson. They know he's looking for him, so it's easy to see why Paul's teammates love it.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Feeds it to Scott. Pass to Horford. Shoots over Adams. Horford gets the bucket. And the 76ers lead by 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one.
Boy, that sounded like Greg Anthony stealing a little bit of Kevin's thunder. I know this guy's hoping to rouse his teammates for sure with that one.
He is, and Greg sounded better saying it than I did. And here is Paul. After Josh Richardson was able to get the triple. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut back down to 8 after they get the basket from Gallinari.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Back to Simmons. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Pulls it from the elbow. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And, you know, this is why Simmons is an all-star caliber player, guys, because he has the ability to dominate games.
Paul with the ball. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the 2 critical positions, a 6'10 point guard and a 7'2 center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Dennis Schroeder. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. Lead it with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand.
Shooting.
Kevin?
2.
Well, you know, sometimes I think we just take for granted how outstanding a passer Chris Paul is nowadays. I mean, this guy's averaged just under 10 assists a game for his career. Really one of the best point guards to play the position.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And we are talking about Chris Paul and his assist totals. His career numbers, Clark, are among the elite.
Yeah, they are. And it's clear he's been outstanding for a long time. But he admits that he doesn't think he'll catch the record of John Stockton. But if he can stay healthy for a few more seasons, there's a really good chance he could end up in the top 5 all-time in assists.
Well, it's a short list of point guards who are elite defenders, Clark, but Chris Paul is certainly on that list.
Well, you think about Chris Paul. In his younger days, Kevin, he was an absolute terror defensively. He could lock up any guard in the league. And even at his current age, as he's gotten older, he's still pretty stiff on the defensive end.
Gallinari trying to get open. Count it. And the 76ers lead has been cut back down to 8. Those were necessary points from Paul. And there's the pass to Horford. Over Gallinari. That's good from Horford on the assist by Richardson. Horford's got 20 points.
Richardson.
Oklahoma City has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Here's Ferguson, guarded by Harris. Gallinari outside. Clock at 6. Shoots over Embiid. That's good, and the 76ers lead is kept back down to 8. Those were necessary points from Gallinari. Philadelphia's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Richardson for 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Paul against Simmons. Now here's Paul. He's guarded close. Yep, it counts. Paul's got 6 here in this quarter.
Paul is superb in the pick and roll. I mean, once the screen comes, he's really good at taking what the defense gives him.
Timeout called, the 76ers.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Joel Embiid.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And so here is Philadelphia. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And they double up Embiid. Harris inside the line. Shot from free throw range. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ferguson for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He dishes it to Paul. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Paul's got 8 points in the quarter. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. 10-point lead. Horford dishes to Simmons. From deep three-point range, the rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
The 76ers leading by 8. Pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Can't cash in from close range.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Simmons against Paul.
And you know, Embiid is a decorated defender, a guy who consistently brings energy on this end of the floor.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Steven Adams picks one up.
Al Horford at the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 9.
You know, he was the 3rd pick in the 2007 NBA draft, guys. Horford won 2 college championships at Florida back-to-back before entering the league.
So Horford gets 2. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 10. 51 seconds left in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dance team.
.51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Knocked loose. Oh, and here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. And then jammed down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
And here now the Thunder. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. And he makes that one.
Just dial up automatic when you talk about Chris Paul's mid-range J. All he needs is just enough room.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Horford.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yep, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
From deep. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Al, did you know you had to bring some extra intensity to this game tonight?
Yeah, you know, I needed to stay aggressive. You know, I've been fighting so hard, you know, here lately on the road, and, you know, for us to get this win, and it feels good.
Great road win tonight, Al. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.